Hey everybody, it's Sabrina. I have 2 books to share with you that were favorite books in May. This first one was the memoir of Viola Davis called Finding Me, and she actually narrates it. And I'm so glad that I decided to make the decision to really try to listen to more nonfiction since I enjoyed audiobooks so much last year. This year I wanted to continue that, but also try memoirs. And this memoir was hands down probably the best that I have listened to so far. It was absolutely incredible. She has an amazing life story, and really she is just a very strong and incredible person. I loved listening to her, and I have even more respect for her now. I mean, I always knew who Viola Davis is. I've seen her in movies, obviously, because she's one of the best actors out there, but I didn't realize her full story. And so I'm so glad, like I said, that I listened to it because it's just very powerful. So I took some Happy Planner stickers. I just found a black floral banner and decided to use that up at the top and the bottom, and then stamp 2 words. I really like doing that tonight. I know I've mentioned it before, but I wanted to mention it again. I do that so that way I can add in words that specifically pertain to the book. So I chose strong and scars. So the quote is, "There is no way out. Every painful memory, every mentor, every foe served as a chisel, a lead path that has shaped me, the imperfect but blessed sculpture of Viola that's still being chiseled." And it's just, she is so powerful with her words and the way that she described her childhood and how hard and difficult everything that she went through. It was a lot of trauma, but somehow she just used her strength to pull herself up and heal her inner child. So my thoughts on this, like I said, was one of my most favorite memoirs. I feel like Viola Davis has a very captivating voice. You want to listen to what she has to say, and her story is, like I've mentioned, is a story of strength in the face of adversity. And she always took this stance that even though her childhood was full of poverty and abuse, that was just kind of part of life, and that we were all going to have scars, and that is something we can't escape. So her whole outlook and perspective on life is something that I admire. And even though she grew up very poor with inadequate clothing or food and abuse, she just dealt with so much, and she was able to rise above that. It was emotional and vulnerable, and it just touched on everything that she's been through, and it is really an incredible story of how she really came from those awful beginnings and was able to rise above and become this incredible person. And she also talked about the things that she regrets, and she talked about her husband and that beautiful love that she was able to find despite seeing abuse in her parents' marriage. So I wrote down there that it's a memoir. Obviously, book number was 59 out of 110. And so I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you get a chance to listen to this memoir, or if you already have, I would love to know, because it's just truly a special, special memoir. And I love Viola Davis even more, like I said. Okay, so the next one is This Could Be Us. I read the first book, I think last year. I can't remember, but it was called, oh boy, now I can't remember what the name is. But this is the second book in the series, and this one is about Soledad. And I love how Kennedy Ryan writes such strong female characters. Like, they are kick booty, and they are doing the best that they can given their circumstances, but they are also just doing better. Like, they are always continuously striving for better. And then the spicy romance on top is just fantastic. So I decorated it with flowers to mimic the cover, and I also added in a butterfly make it very easy on myself. Like I've told you guys, I'm trying to go a little faster with my book reviews. I wanted to make sure that I got a quote in, so I did it down at the bottom, and it is, "When you hurt the way we women sometimes have to, when you lose so much, when the world ends over and over and over again, we are no longer butterflies. Those wings are much too fragile to carry us on and through. I am a hornet. I can love and I can sting." And that's powerful. That's very powerful. I absolutely love butterflies and not a fan of hornets, but that quote and thinking about that quote in perspective in relation to how she was in the book made me kind of rethink hornets. So, like I said, this is the second book. I thoroughly enjoyed the characters. This one was about Soledad, who had her life completely turned upside down, and she was able to rise above that. Both of these books that I have were just women that rose above. And in this particular review, I did say it was kind of like, a phoenix rising from the ashes, not trying to be cliche, but that's how it was. Soledad was also supported by a fantastic group of friends. So that was a running theme, sisterhood, and women supporting women, which I loved. There was also a lot of spice in this book. It was very spicy between her and Judah, and I loved it. It was so great. But there is also the love between them was really deeply felt. I feel like this author is really good at conveying the love that runs a lot deeper instead of it's just a spicy romance. They were also both parents, and I loved seeing that as something different in a romance book. And I loved the great moments between both of them and seeing them as parents. So it's just a different type of romance book, I felt. Maybe a level up from most spicy romance books. I don't know, but I loved it. It was a beautiful, emotional love story. So up at the top, I'm adding in 5 stars, and it is book 60 out of 110. So next week, I will share the last favorite book of the month, which is Ready or Not, and then I can move on to sharing the June stats. And I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I am currently reading The Love of My Afterlife, and so far it's going really good. All right, so this is these 2 favorites. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day. Bye.